In celebration of the 10-year anniversary of Star Wars Battlefront 2015, join us as we count down the top 10 dark Battlefront mysteries that will never be solved. Number 10. Jefferson Shot Grenade. In this tale, a rebel trooper who would wander the battlefield looking for victims would use a shot grenade to freeze them in place. After doing this, he would take photographs of them in compromising positions and add them to a secret collection that he stored in the rebel base. It's unknown whether or not he was ever caught, but some people believe that he's still on the battlefront to this day. Number 9. Fedge the Killer. In this image, there is an unknown stormtrooper seen without his helmet. Image boards theorize that this trooper is responsible for killing both his parents and eating them, but no one is sure of the original origin of the original image. Some people believe that he is in fact waiting to return to take out his vengeance on the unsuspecting player base who never moved on. Number 8. Smiling Trooper. In this origin, it's an image which was sent to someone which was then sent to a journalist. This journalist reported that the person who received the image was told that they need to spread it to as many people as possible. When the journalist asked why they had to do this, he never got a reply. Some people believe that if you stare too long at the image, then you will also be haunted unless you pass it on to as many people as possible. Number 7. The Calrissian Effect. So named for the people who believe with absolute certainty that they saw Lando Calrissian die at the end of Empire Strikes Back, only to be surprised to see him again at the start of Return of the Jedi. In this particular story, it tells the tale of a group of Star Wars Battlefront 2015 players who got together to reminisce and replay the game together, only to find out that the game never existed. Some people believe that they could have been thinking of Star Wars Battlefront, which was followed by Star Wars Battlefront 2, as made by DICE. However, when looking into it further, they weren't so sure anymore which company made what. They weren't even sure whether the game they believe existed ever was a game that existed. Number 6. The Celestin Prison Experiment. In this particular tale, it tells the tale of a group of people who were locked in cells and forced to play Star Wars Battlefront 2015. The exact reason for why or who did it is unknown, but what is known is that none of the people who were forced into the experiment managed to come out of it still married. A lot of people were also known to have failed their way out of their universities. and some people are said to have gone insane. Number 5. Slender Trooper. This was some tall motherfucker who would make you do things like look for pages on the forest moon of Endor. He was really tall and lanky looking, and he sometimes would creep up on you if you weren't facing him. And he got a film made, or maybe not, and maybe they're still working on it. I don't know. I haven't kept up with all of that. Number 4. The SE-14C Foundation. This is an alleged group run outside of the government and outside of the military and outside of the regular public's knowledge. They are said to tackle cosmic horrors using only SE-14Cs. It's theorized that the more cosmic horrors that they deal with, the more ridiculous they become. In one particularly terrifying tale, there was a bucket that grew legs, and if you looked at it, you'd explode, but then you'd, reconstitute. But this time, you had, no mouth or something. And if you tried to scream, your mouth came back, but then your grandma would die. Number 3. Missing Trooper. If you go to the character select screen in Star Wars Battlefront 2015, you can choose from a wide array of different character models if you're playing as the Rebels or as the Imperials. In this story, however, there is a missing player model for the Imperials. No, not the ones that they removed, where you could take off your helmet so you didn't always look so shit. No, this was some kind of demonic one, and if you selected this character in-game, your stats all got reset and a puppy would die. Not your grandma this time, though. Number 2. Adam Drowned. If you thought that stormtroopers were scary, well, think again. Because in this terrifying story, when you play for too long, you risk seeing the ghost of Adam, who reportedly stalks the battlefront looking for his lost love. It's said that they were separated after a chance encounter with 2 deviant, wicked magic men. So if you're not careful, perhaps you'll get a curse placed on you too. Number 1. No escaping the front. If you thought that heroin was addictive, you're in for some bad news, because the most addictive thing according to this story is Star Wars Battlefront 2015. In 1992, a young boy came across a sealed package. He opened the package, and inside was Star Wars Battlefront 2015. It said that the boy injected Star Wars Battlefront 2015 over 2015 times a day, and it sent him mad. So he was put in an institution and subjected to electroshock therapy. He was eventually released in 2015 following the release of Star Wars Battlefront 2015. it said that he got into a car and drove it to a gas station. But when he went inside, instead of the regular cashier, it was Star Wars Battlefront 2015. So he left the gas station and got back into his car. But when he started driving away, he could see in the mirror Star Wars Battlefront 2015 chasing him. Maybe it had legs, or maybe it had wheels, because whatever it was, it went as fast as his car. So even though he was in a car, he couldn't escape Star Wars Battlefront 2015. It said that when he got home, instead of his family being there, it was Star Wars Battlefront 2015. So he went to church to try and find a priest. But instead of finding a priest, he found Star Wars Battlefront 2015. So he went to go to buy a gun, but instead of buying a gun, he accidentally bought another copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2015. And when he tried shooting himself with it, instead of bullets, it fired Star Wars Battlefront 2015. And if you go to his grave today, instead of a tombstone, it's Star Wars Battlefront 2015. And those were the top 10 dark Battlefront mysteries that will never be solved.